morning, my dear children. Welcome back to class 11 microeconomics class. How are you, children? I hope all you are fine. So, we were discussing chapter number 2, theory of consumer behavior. So, we have already discussed about the consumer equilibrium and also the meaning of demand and law of demand, etc. As we discussed earlier, so there are two types of demand. What are they? Individual demand and market demand. So what do you mean by individual demand? Demand of an individual consumer in a market is known as individual demand, and the aggregate demand of all consumer in a market is known as market demand. And also we have studied about the determinants of demand or the factors affecting demand. So for individual demand, we have price of commodity, price of related goods, income of consumer, taste and preference of consumer, expectation about future are the factors that affecting individual demand. Then for market demand, the first 5 factors are same as individual demand. Then the 6th factor, that are number of consumer in a market, then distribution of income, season are the additional factors for market demand. So these are the determinants of demand or otherwise known as factors affecting demand. Today we are going to discuss about the relationship between these factors with demand. Okay. So that is otherwise known as demand function. So what is demand function? Demand function expresses the functional relationship between demand of the commodity and various factors affecting it. So we know about the various factors affecting demand. Then the relationship between those factors and demand is known as demand function. So in other words, demand function describes the relationship between quantities of the commodity which consumer demand during a specified period and the factor which influence demand. Okay. So demand function explains the relationship between the demand for a commodity and the factors determining demand. So it gives functional relation between demand and its factors. So we know that there are 2 types of demand. So there are 2 types of demand function. They are individual demand function and market demand function. Mathematically, this relation can expressed like individual demand function can expressed by dx is equal to f of px, pr, y, t and p and e. That is, demand is the function of price of the commodity, price of the related goods, income of the commodity, taste and preference of the commodity and expectation about future. Then market demand function can expressed by dx is equal to f of px, pr, y, t and p, e and yds. That is, demand of x is the function of price of the x, price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, expectation about future, number of consumer in a market, then income distribution and also season. So this is the indication of individual demand function and market demand function. Today we are going to explain more about individual demand function. Before that, we have to know about what do you mean by shift in demand curve. Okay. So shift in demand curve, from the diagram you can understand what you mean by shift in demand curve. So here D1 is the main demand curve. So D1 to D3, that is, this is D3 curve, is a inward shift or leftward shift of demand curve. So less in demand at each market price or same market price. There is no change in market price. At the same time, demand is shifts to left. That is known as leftward shift. So, leftward shift of demand curve means change in demand due to or decrease in demand due to other factors other than price is known as leftward shift in demand curve. Then the movement from demand curve D1 to D2 is the rightward shift of demand curve. Okay, that means outward shift of demand curve. So, if there is any increase in demand due to other factors other than price is known as rightward shift in demand curve. Rightward shift in demand curve means increase in demand without any change in price. Then leftward shift means decrease in demand without any change in price. Okay. So students, keep it in mind. So we are moving on to the topic individual demand function. Okay. So what do you mean by individual demand function? The relationship between demand for a commodity and its various determinants by a individual household is known as individual demand function. So what are the determinants of individual demand? They are price of the commodity, price of the related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, expectation about future. So first factor of demand is price of the commodity. So what is the relationship between price of the commodity and its demands? So we have already discussed about law of demand. In law of demand, it states that there is a negative relationship between price of the commodity and demand. Okay. So other thing being equal, there is negative relation between price of commodity and quantity demanded of commodity. So here there is no shift in demand curve. There is only the movement along demand curve. If price increases, demand decreases, and if price decreases, demand increases. That we have studied earlier. Okay. Then the next factor is change in price of related goods. So what is the relationship between price of related goods on demand? Okay. So price of related goods also influence the demand of a commodity. When change in price of one good affect the demand of other good, then it is called cross demand. Okay. So the change in price of one good affect the demand of other good is known as cross demand. So there are two types of related goods: substitute goods and complementary goods. So substitute goods are the goods which can be used in place of each other, okay, in consumption. For example, tea and coffee. We can either use tea or coffee. We can substitute each other. So such goods are known as substitute goods. Then complementary goods. These are the goods which should be consumed together to obtain satisfaction. For example, car and petrol, pen and ink, then film roll and camera. These are the complementary goods. So without one good, the other one is useless. That is the complementary goods. So let's check effect of change in price of substitute goods on demand. A rise in price of one good leads to an increase in demand of its substitute. For example, a rise in price of coffee leads to an increase in demand of tea. This is because as price of coffee rises, its demand falls, causing rise in demand of tea. So if the price of coffee increases, what happens? The consumer will reduce the consumption of coffee and buy more tea. So demand for tea will increase. So the demand curve of tea would shift to its right. Okay. So if the increase in the price of coffee leads to decrease in demand of coffee, that leads to increase in demand of tea. Okay. So there is rightward shift in the demand curve of tea due to increase in price of coffee. Okay. Then second situation, fall in price of one good leads to fall in demand of its substitute. For example, fall in price of coffee leads to fall in demand of tea. This is because as price of coffee falls, its demand rises, causing fall in demand of tea. That means consumer will buy more coffee because its price is decreased. Okay. So the demand curve of tea would shift to its left. So the demand, if the demand of tea decreases, what happens? The demand curve will shift into left. Okay. So there is a leftward shift of tea demand curve. Then next is effect of change in price of complementary goods on demand of a commodity. So first situation, with the rise in the price of complementary good, the demand of the other commodity falls. For example, if the rise in the price of car, the demand of the commodity, the complementary commodity, that is petrol, falls. This is because of fall in demand of car. If there is no car, there is no use of petrol. So if the price of car increases, the demand for car decreases, and also the demand for petrol decreases. So price of car increases, demand of car decreases, then also the demand of petrol decreases. So there is a leftward shift in the demand curve of petrol. Okay. So we are assuming that the price of petrol remain constant. There is no change in price of petrol, but the demand is shifting to left because of the increase in the price of car. Okay. So there is a leftward shift. Then in the second situation, a fall in the price of complementary good causes increase in demand of the other good, other complementary good. So from our example, if a fall in price of car causes increase in demand of the petrol. This is because of rise in demand of car. If there is fall in the price of car, the demand of car will increase. So automatically the demand for petrol also increases. So the demand curve for petrol shift to rightward. Okay. So there is a rightward shift in the demand curve of petrol because of fall in the price of car. Okay. So this is the two situations. Then the third factor of individual demand curve is, or individual demand function is what? Income of the consumer. So let us check the effect of change in income of a consumer on demand of a commodity. So commodity may be classified into two types: normal goods and inferior goods. So what do you mean by normal goods, or what are the difference between normal good and inferior goods? So normal goods refers to those goods whose demand increases with an increase in income. That means if income increases, the demand for normal good also increase. There is a positive relation with income and normal goods, demand of normal goods. Then for example, full cream milk is a normal goods. Its demand increases with an increase in income. Then what about inferior goods? Inferior goods refers to those goods whose demand decreases with an increase in income. So, there is a negative relation between income and demand for inferior goods. For example, toned milk is an inferior good if its demand decreases with an increase in income. So, when a demand of a commodity increases with increase in income, that good is known as normal goods. Then, if the demand of good decreases due to increase in income is termed as inferior goods. Okay. So, first of all, let's explain about effect of change in income on demand of a normal good. As we discussed earlier, with increase in the income of individual, the demand for normal good rises. So, the demand curve of such good shifts to its right. Then with the decrease in income of a consumer, his demand for normal good falls and demand curve shifts to left. Then in the case of inferior good, with the rise in income of a consumer, demand for inferior good falls. Then the demand curve of inferior good shifts to left. Then with the fall in income of a consumer, the demand of inferior good rises. So, the demand curve of such good will shift to right. So, consumer would like to buy superior good when his income increases. At the same time, with the fall in income of a consumer, the demand of inferior good rises as the consumer is not in a position to afford superior or normal goods. So, he will demand more of inferior goods. So, the demand curve shifts to right. That means demand will increase for inferior goods. Okay. Then the fourth factor of individual demand function is taste and preference of the consumer. How it will affect the demand of a commodity. So, if taste and preferences are in favor of the commodity, the demand rises and demand curve shifts to right. Then if tastes and preferences are against the commodity, demand falls and the curve shifts to left without any change in price. Then the last factor is expectation of buyers. Then how it will affect the demand of the commodity. The expectation about the future is another factor which influences the demand of a commodity. Suppose if the consumer expects the price of commodity to rise in future, he will buy more at existing price, or regardless of price, he will buy more. So, the demand curve shifts to right. Then if the consumer expects the price to fall in future, he will not buy at existing price, he will buy less at the same prices. Then demand curve shift to left. Okay. So, this is the effect of change in expectation of future by the buyer or demand of the commodity. So, today we have studied about individual demand function. So, what do you mean by individual demand function? The relationship between demand for a commodity and its various determinants or various factors by an individual household is known as individual demand functions. So, the factors that affecting individual demands are price of the commodity, price of the related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference, and expectation about the future. Okay. So, we have discussed about the relationship between quantity demanded and its various factors. Okay, students. In the next class, we will discuss about market demand function. Okay. So, children, as usual, you have to watch the URL, attend the test paper, download your notes and study it well. See you in the next class. Bye.